Good evening. This is Dr. Marcia, and I am your Master Destiny Life Coach. And welcome to Up, Sis Up. This is Women's Empowerment Radio, where we do three things. We help women to rise up, we help women to speak up, and we help women to boss up, not only in life, but in a leadership. And so I want to welcome you to the show. Go ahead and put up sis up in the chat. I want to welcome you all into this sacred space. And I know there's also some gentlemen who also tune in. So I also want to welcome you as to the show as well. We are kicking off February, and we know this is Love Month. It's also Black History Month. And what I wanted to do, I wanted to highlight love. Okay, I wanted to highlight love. And so, with that, I wanted to bring on the luxury love diva. But before I bring her to the stage, I do want to just share a little bit about who she is. And so, her name is Dr. Felisha K. Somebody say Dr. Felisha K in the house. And again, she is the luxury love diva. She's also an award-winning entrepreneur, and should I say a seven-figure entrepreneur. And she's the luxury love strategist and a luxury matchmaker. She's the CEO and founder of the Luxury Love Academy and Luxuriously Matched. Felisha lives in between the United States and Costa Rica, where she luxuriates in peace and tranquility. Embracing a luxury mindset, Dr. Felisha K is a true manifestation expert and a beacon of abundance attraction. She is also a newly #1 best-selling author. Her book is called Luxury Life Unveiled: Unlocking the Secrets to Attract the Life of Your Dreams with No Apologies. Okay, I want somebody to say no apologies. All right, and so I cannot wait to get into this with Dr. K. But now let's bring her to the stage. Hello, Dr. Felisha K. How are you?
I'm well, Dr. Marcia. I am so well. Thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. This has been an absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. And I know I gave a little bit about your bio, but I know there's so much more, so much more to you and underneath of the surface. So I'm going to have you just kind of share a little bit more. Just tell us something that you believe that we need to know about you that I didn't say.
Well, you did mention that I am Dr. Felisha K, the Luxury Love Diva. And what you may not have mentioned is I teach people how to value themselves at the highest level in life and in love unapologetically. And I've been very consistent with that for several years now, and it works well. It served me quite well.
That is so good. And so I want there's a couple of buzzwords that I've mentioned a couple times. You may have even mentioned it, and I want to kind of just break this down a little bit. And the first part is luxury. Okay, there's multiple places in your bio, and I want to know, what does luxury mean to you, and why is it so important?
Well, luxury for me, first and foremost, luxury for me means peace. Like I know for me, I need my peace. Um, I feel the most luxuriated and relaxed when I fill myself up with love and the things that I need, and that is peace. But typically, I break luxury down into three categories, with my third category being the most important. So the first thing, luxury as a thing, those great vacations, the fancy yachts, cars, airplanes, and all those things. Luxury as a feeling, which is the second thing, just how we feel when we walk into a luxurious space, how we feel when we've had an experience of a spa, But the third thing, and to me the most important, and this is what I truly teach and how I live, and that is the embodiment of luxury, luxury as a person. It's about how you show up. It's about how you make people feel for having met you, like being that diamond in the rough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I
That's true embodiment.
thank you for sharing that. And I don't think I've ever heard it broken down that way. The thing that I always hear or feel about luxury is luxury as the thing. It's the first phase, luxury as the thing. But you broke it down, luxury as a thing, as a feeling, and then as a person.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
how have you thought about this in terms of when you, I know you're also a coach, when you meet women who are coming into your space, how do you how do you share with them, or how do you find them? That's a better question. How do you find them, and how then do you help them understand the other two parts?
Most of my clients really are referrals. I don't do master classes and things like that to attract people. In fact, that's like it's almost like sailing in a way. People seem to be attracted to me, so they find me.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And so typically I'm in a group, I'll say something that resonates with someone, and then they find me, and then they work with me that way. And so big part of my business is attracting the things that I desire and deserve, and that is amazing clients. And so that's exactly how they find me. I attract, and they're usually the right clients. Um, so that's how I find my clients, and I work with them in a way of just helping them sort of break down the barriers so that they too can attract the things that they desire and deserve.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So one of the things that I know we're going to talk about more, but there's also the luxury mindset. Tell me where this fits into the three phases.
The luxury mindset is truly about unlocking those limiting beliefs that we tend to put onto ourselves, saying that we don't deserve or we're not worthy. And so my motto is value yourself at the highest level in life and in love. And I say that by breaking it down into this. When we value ourselves, we tend to attract what we desire, the things, the people, the relationships in life and in business. We attract abundance. And so that luxury mindset is about saying, I deserve it. It's an abundance, same as an abundance mindset, just saying that I deserve it and I am worthy, I am valuable, I can do this. And so really it's an elevated way of being and an elevated way of thinking.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So what you said is that a luxury mindset means that I deserve it.
Yes.
And I feel like we need to stay here for a minute because we're talking about women. We're talking about women maybe of a certain age, women who have seen their mother struggle, sacrifice, take down, take the back seat. We spend on other people nonstop. We only go when someone says, you know what, you need to go. And you're saying that I deserve it.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and run with that.
I'm saying that I deserve it. I'm saying that women deserve it, men deserve it, we all deserve it. But here's the thing, what we need to understand is that we deserve it. We need to tell ourselves that we deserve it. There's so many people in the world that have told us um, that we don't deserve things. Even when building a business, oh, how's your little business going? They diminish it, right? And so it's up to us to elevate our mindset and understand what we deserve and align ourselves with the people and the things and the mindset to go after exactly what we desire. and unapologetically, because we tend to apologize for having more than someone else, but we know we've worked hard to get it. So we shouldn't have to
Yes.
apologize, making no apologies for
Yes.
knowing we deserve that thing, that feeling, that relationship, that business, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I mean, again, so many things that we can hold on to here and
Mm-hmm.
go further is that you said that it's up to us to get there, right? But first, it has to be awareness that you know what, maybe I'm living underneath of my potential. And you mentioned so for the theme for this year, it's saying yes to more in 2024. Saying yes to
Yeah.
more. A lot of times we settle or we don't have a vision that's big enough that encompasses where we are. And so, what do you say to women who, after they're aware that I'm living underneath my potential, and I know there's more, but I don't know how to get there. I don't know how to access it. What do you say to them?
Okay, so this is where I really deep dive and use a model that I've created. It's actually called the Diva model. It is a full-on deep dive. It's broken into four parts. D is for desire, I is invest, V value, A align. And so what I help them do and how I help them transform is to think about that one thing that they desire, whether it's, a better business, better lifestyle, better health, whatever that is. We think about that, and then I really have to help them deep dive into what kind of investment they're going to make, whether it's going to be financially, whether it's going to be physical investment, because they'll have to either do something, pay something, join something, a gym, depending on if it's weight loss, a gym. And the V is value. It is so important for me to instill affirmation in them, help them understand you deserve this. That's where that self worth comes into play. And then also in that same space is overcoming those limiting beliefs. Really sit with what people have told you and move past that. Don't be stuck in what someone says you cannot do. You need to push through and understand what you know you can do and what you're going to do. And then align, which is the A, align yourself mentally and physically with what that thing is. And I really help them break it down into small pieces and really deep, deep, deep dive into all of these segments. And they have the most incredible aha moments. They get there. They don't do it overnight, obviously, but it's work, and they're willing to do the work.
Yeah, yeah,
And they see the transformation.
yeah. So I hear the diva model that you developed. I hear that there's work involved, but then I also hear that there's transformation on the other side. And as each time you said deep, I was like, yeah, okay, that's some work that's being done. That's you mentioned even some the value. You mentioned some of the investment. All of those
Yeah,
things are necessary in order to get over to the I call the other side of the river. Okay,
right.
so the thing that I wanted, and as you, what I've always say is that when you coach on something, usually it's because you've gone down the road, right? You have the personal experience. You have um, that deep experience that has caused you to say, you know what, this is so passionate for me that I need to help other women. So I know we met in another place of luxury, right? And I know a little bit about your story, but I want you to, if you could share with us how how your story, and I know there was a brain tumor involved. How does your story connect with where you may have been to now you moving into this place of luxury?
Well, I'm happy to share. And it's interesting because as we move through life, our stories tends to develop even differently than we thought about it 20 years prior, let's say. So I know for me, my aha moment was being recently. thinking about this, being a 16-year-old mom, and then having my daughter's father go to prison when she was 2. So I was 18. But I remember when he went to prison, um, I attracted the type of energy that I embodied. I attracted the same type of people. And so I was lacked confidence. I was insecure. And so I went through a 6 month period of attracting terrible relationships, people that were emotionally, physically, mentally abusive. But there was something inside that snapped. There was something I connected with. I was 19, I remember, and I said, no, 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 no. Something's out of alignment. I can't have this in my life. So I immediately desired more, and that was better relationships, better mentors, and success. So at 19, I started my very first business. It was extremely successful. Um, 24 months later, actually 12 months later, I attracted mentors that were ultra high net worth. I'll just say billionaire mentors. But I aligned my mindset with desiring more. And so I ended up attracting those type of people who actually would teach me things. So I remember asking questions. Okay, how'd you build your business? How many partners were there? Okay, how much money did it take? And I noted all of these things. And so I paid attention. And then I also thought about the type of relationships I wanted to be in. I never wanted to be in a relationship that did not serve me in the best way. And so I aligned myself with attracting people that treated me well. Now, I've been married twice. My first husband was a really nice person, but he was older than me, and we grew in different directions. We're still friends. However, I attracted my second husband shortly after divorce, and I said, this is the kind of man I need. He needs to have all of these various attributes. And guess what? I attracted that exact partner. I couldn't be happier. I live a life of luxury, not just mentally, but also physically. One of the things I knew was special about this man is that he wanted to marry me before I had brain surgery in 2020. And so my background really is in beauty science, cosmetic chemistry, but I've always been a relationship researcher for over 25 years. And so after I had my brain surgery in 2020 and I was recovering, I said, I need to go deeper in my life on this relationship stuff, helping people understand to value themselves first so they can attract what they desire and deserve like I did. And that is how I got into the coaching space.
Yeah.
Right during the pandemic, and I think that's when a lot of people have come into coaching, just when we said, we want to go deeper. And for me, I've been going deeper and deeper, and it's been so fulfilling.
Mm-hmm. As you were sharing your story, first of all, it's remarkable, and congratulations for your success. And what
Yeah.
I heard bits, I heard pieces of the diva showing up in your story. I heard desire. I heard I heard value. I heard align. And so you are truly a product of your product, right?
Absolutely.
You embody who you this is who you are, and this is where you coach from. And I also heard that it was deliberate.
Yes.
A lot of times we go through life wishing, but we're not taking intentional actions. We're not being deliberate. And so I heard you say you started to attract, right? You started to get mentors because that's was something that you were manifesting, or you didn't use that word, but but I've heard you use that word before. So you were kind of bringing people in towards you. So go ahead and comment on that.
Oh, well, I'll just say this with regards to manifesting. I say this, and I've said it a million times, and I will say it a million and one times. I am a manifesting woman and an abundance attractor. I've been this way since a little girl. the things that I think about, and when I think about manifestation, I know for me personally, and I know this is just, it's really how it works. You have to see it. You have to really almost embody that thing, embody that spirit of what it is that you want to attract and what you desire. And so, yes, and the thing about it is I've manifested so many other things. So we can manifest various things. So the mentorships, for example, I'm an internationally trained perfumer. And that's something I've always wanted to do. But the thing is, I manifested one of the most important people in the fragrance industry. I watched this woman for 20 years and I said, one day I'll work with her. And I ended up working with her. Not only that, we're friends. Been to her home. You know, we're in a book together. So I align myself with the things that I desire mentally and physically and emotionally. And when I show up in those spaces, I show up authentic. And so I cultivate really good, healthy friendships and lasting relationships because I walk in authenticity. And that's so important. That's a big piece of the embodiment.
Yeah, being authentic. Yeah, and
It's natural.
it is. And so, what you said something in the midst of you sharing that I think we need to go back to, and you
Okay.
said that you are an international perfume
Oh, yeah, I'm an internationally trained perfumer.
perfumer.
I make,
Sec-
yeah, perfumer,
mm-hmm.
yeah. So to break it down, fine fragrance artist. So I create bespoke fragrances in the lab. So I'm a cosmetic chemist. They go, they don't necessarily go hand in hand, but I've developed private label cosmetics for several years. And then bringing the perfumery in. One of the things luxury has always been a part of my life, and I've always been a manifesting woman and child, really. If it doesn't exist, create it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I've done that over and over and over again in my life, and it is extremely fulfilling and transformative. And I come from a place of service and gratitude because I'm living a full life, really on my terms.
Yeah.
And I learned that early. The women I work with, unfortunately, some people don't get it till their 40s. Most of my clients are over 40, and I love that. But I think the sooner we get it, the better. But sometimes we need to go through what we go through, get through it, get to the other side, and be better because we've gone through some things that have challenged us, basically shaken us to our core.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. I love that. And I wanted then to just shift a little bit. So we're still talking about luxury. You've mentioned the relationship piece. This is February. This is the love month. You mentioned your husband. Now, I don't know what your husband's name is because the only thing I know about him, I shouldn't not the only, but as far as his name is Hubbe. Okay,
Okay.
I don't know what his birth name is, but that's what you call him. And I want you to speak a little bit about luxury in love.
Oh, so my husband's name is Trent.
Okay.
Luxury in love is truly being in a relationship with someone where you are fulfilled in that relationship. It's not just about the fancy vacations and things like that, but it's truly having a relationship that's built on a strong foundation, not a weak one. It is being nurtured, it is being listened to, and I know that if people are in a relationship where they are unfulfilled and they don't feel heard and they don't feel seen, that's not luxury. Luxury feels amazing. Luxury makes you sit up straight. And so luxury love, the core root of that is respect, and you feel good, you feel nurtured, you feel taken care of, and you're building together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, luxury relationships can even happen, and we are talking about romantic relationships, but luxury relationships can happen among friends because you know the friends that are there for you, that are a strong foundation for you, versus the ones who deplete you.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
luxury love in a relationship. is in a relationship that completes you, not depletes you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So as you say that, I'm getting warm because some of the words you said, you're listened to, you're nurtured, and it's an emotional connection and all of the things. And you said it isn't just the things, a luxury part. Although I do see you all go out on date nights and all that kind of stuff, and there is some luxury involved in that, but there's a basis of respect. There's a basis of feeling safe. There's a basis of feeling connected. And so I want you to, just a sidebar, give me the most luxurious date night that you recall.
Well, okay, Dr. Marcia, I think well, you understand. I got to start with the actual luxury in order to even get to that date. So we still do this from time to time, but my husband is a CEO of a wealth management firm, and he also happens to be a private pilot. I had no idea he was a private pilot and owned airplanes until after a couple of dates in. Even though when I manifested the man of my dreams, somehow I saw an airplane he happened to have too. But the most luxurious date we've been on was actually a lunch, I would say. And we met at a private airport. And there's a restaurant at this Centennial Airport where in Denver, Colorado. And it's a really great restaurant. So we were having lunch, and he said, he flew actually to meet me for lunch. And after lunch, he says, why don't you let me take you on a ride? I hadn't flown private. I maybe I'd flown private before, but I'd never flown with a pilot. So put me in the cockpit, and I trusted him. And so I would say the most romantic date that we've been on was when he flew me over the clouds and actually proposed to me just a few months later.
Oh my gosh.
And so we still do that from time to time. And so for me, that's quite luxurious because I feel safe. He's an excellent pilot. I just feel so blessed because I don't come from this. I may not have mentioned it, but I was homeless before. So a lot of times people know your story or they see your glory. They don't know your story, and it's not necessarily our place to tell them every single thing to prove, that you started from the bottom, now you're here. It's one of those things where you just show up as you, and every once in a while you give them bits and pieces just so they calm down a little bit.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. That is so exciting. Very, very, very luxurious. And
Yeah,
but also it gives hope to some who are
absolutely.
struggling or who don't think that they can. And you are a testament that it can happen. If that's what you want, you can manifest it. You can achieve it. You can take the steps. You can. It's not just a dream. And I know you mentioned one of my affirmations. I say, successful people see things twice. They see it
Mhm.
before it's a thing. They see it in their eyes, in the vision of it, and then they see it when it's about to happen. And so that is exactly what it sounds like you also did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's interesting to build this business on love and relationships. That's where it all started.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember when I started in the coaching space. Um, I attracted ideal clients. I earned six figures in 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
And interestingly enough, I built a seven-figure business in 12 months. But Dr. Marcia, this business is taking me to eight figures already. So I'm about 3 years in because when I brought in the matchmaking piece, the luxury matchmaking piece, it
Yeah.
skyrocketed.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go there. For one, congratulations
Oh, thank you.
on
Thank
your
you.
success. And I just want those that are listening and those that are watching just to, I need to call this out because it's important. Okay. There is an assurance about you. And Dr. Tammy Harris is in the chat. and she is commenting. She's saying amen. She's saying a line. She says if it
I
doesn't
love
exist,
Dr.
create
Tammy.
it. She is saying all the things, and she says humility. But the thing that I want to focus on is the assuredness of what it is that you're saying. Okay, I I know 100% that you believe everything that you're saying. Is that correct?
Well, I believe it because I'm living
Living
it.
it.
It is. I mean, it is. And it is. I know where I am. I know where I've been.
Mhm.
I know where I am, and I'm sure of where I'm going.
Yeah.
And I could still sit here and say this because literally within 24 months I lost three parents.
Hmm.
My mother and my stepfather same day, 2023, and I recently lost my father. And there's the most interesting thing I have to say is I am more full than I ever have been.
Hmm.
Even through the losses, I have found this sense of gratitude and light to push me even further. And that's a luxury.
Yeah.
When you find peace through the grief
Hmm.
and still attract abundance in life and in experiences, and you want to do more, and you are a beacon of light to other people as well when they're down. People look to me, I'm the navigation. If I'm down, everybody's down. They never see me down.
Hmm.
But it's not because I don't want to be. I can't be. I have too much love and light inside. And so there's a luxury in this gift that I have where I embody this spirit of just gratitude, where I see gratitude in everything, including the loss of my parents. I
Yeah.
feel them every day. I feel like they keep me uplifted, and I smile every day and
Hmm.
move forward.
Yeah. And I remember us kind of chatting when you lost two of your loved ones on that same day, and it was tough. And I've
Yeah,
lost parents as well on the same day,
oh,
and I was able
right.
to kind of to feel your pain, but also in that pain, it's kind of like the height of your mountain is related to how deep your valley is. And
Right.
so, even though that was a horrific, tragic thing, you're now able to soar and get that takes you up to a higher height. And so, I applaud you for continuing in on the fight.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So let's talk about the matchmaking. I know that you mentioned you have a matchmaking business. Tell me, and again, this is Love Month, and there's many of many people, okay, most people are looking for love. And the, as you have entered into the matchmaking space, tell me about your business and tell me just kind of maybe some do's and don'ts in this month of February that you would give some advice.
Okay, so I am founder and CEO of Luxuriously Matched, and we are a concierge introductions firm. And so what that means is we're not a traditional matchmaking firm. So when I say luxury, I work with high net worth and ultra high net worth clients. They're typically male, but it's so interesting that there's been so many women that have come in on the client level. It's a major investment to come in at that level. But what we do is we work as almost like an executive search firm. So when we bring a client in, we go out and we full on do recruiting specifically for them. There's not some huge database of people that we just pick from. We do try to see if there's a match between our clients that we actually have in house. But for the most part, we curate a full on international search for the person that our clients are looking for. And so I don't take everyone. I can't. We're very selective. And so that's what makes us a luxury introductions firm. Um, and so there's a lot of people that want in. So a lot of times they think, oh, you're a matchmaker. Can you help me find someone? That's not how I work. However, what I do is I help people attract their ideal partners. And so the big thing I would say to do in Love Month, if you are looking to just meet someone, be mindful of the energy that you're in, because there are a lot of people, men and women both, who they 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 want a 10, but they're showing up with energy of a 2.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you, it might look like I have to break it down to women all the time. You are beautiful, you are gorgeous, absolutely. Yeah. So I want a rich man, and I want him to do this, I want to do that. A lot of times, women are very well to do themselves financially, and he needs to this, that, or that. It's like, okay, I love all the things that you believe he needs to be. So other than your looks and your success, what are you? Are you a nurturer? Are you a builder? Are you someone that, I match powerful couples, two people that are equally powerful to then build together. That's what I look for. That's what we do. So if someone isn't pulling their weight internally on emotionally and physically, no, it won't work. So what I help women do is get to that level of of that 10 from within, so that they can attract exactly what they're looking for. But I would definitely say be very confident, know your value, know your worth, and pay attention to the energy that you're in. It's like, so if you want a wealthy man, for example, and you want him to be tall, or all of these various things, that's great. Is that it? That's all you want? What about if he doesn't support you in your business? I see that so often. Oh, he's jealous of me. He's jealous. So I would just say, know exactly who you are, lead with exactly who you are. And so then you're not misrepresenting yourself in any way. You
Mm-hmm.
don't have to change later.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Look, you said attract the 10 from within.
Yes.
Attract the
Yes, ma'am.
10 from within. That is so powerful. That's like we could. That's the whole show.
And it's funny because I'm pretty consistent. Everything that I say just kind of circles right back to what I said earlier, but it maybe, presented a different way, but it still really leads to that alignment. The 10 from within, that's that embodiment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We attract the energy that we're in. Like attracts like.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are a person who is mean, unsupportive, you're gonna likely attract that.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's the thing: when you're filled with all this great energy, we attract that and repel the opposite.
Mm.
Because a more confident person is not going to settle for less than they deserve. They know right away. Like, I know, maybe it's my energy. I know when certain people will approach me, but they approach me a very specific way. Their eyes are big and wide. Like, I know I need to be very specific when I say something to her. It's like, and I have never attracted a man that was not for me, because a lot of times, for example, when I was single, I would have men come up to and be like, listen, I understand I'm not your type. I know I'm not your type. I just want to tell you look beautiful today, and they move on. It's like, I know good and well, it's not, I can't. I know that I'm not it, but I just want to say, but I'm always kind and generous,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? So. Oh, I have to laugh. I'm very visual too, so I just see it all in my mind.
See it happening. No, I love that. So let me ask you this. So I know, as you have mentioned, that your clients are usually referrals, and that you're very selective. So, but I wanna, if we could, I want to pan out a little bit, and I
Okay.
want you to. So this is the scenario. Let's say that those that are listening, those that are maybe hearing this on replay, they're single, they're looking, they're on all of these dating apps. Okay, they've been swiping and liking and hearting and having conversation. How how any advice for those individuals trying to find love in that type of a space?
Don't waste time with anyone that you feel is questionable. Okay. Pay attention to how they're leading with their profiles, with their energy. Pay attention. Deep dive into those profiles. I know there are some sites that you don't really get to see a profile. It's just like buzzwords and things like that, and then you swipe. So don't get caught up in the face. Just try to really be mindful about what it is that they're saying, and also be more so be mindful about how you're leading. Because I get a lot of women that are frustrated with the dating apps. Oh, there's a lot of scammers, there's fake people, there's trolls, there's all of these various things. But I would say stay the course and don't lose sight of hope. It's just really about how you're showing up and how much time you're spending with someone when you know they're wasting your time. Be quick to move on. How about that?
Yeah, be
Be
quick to
quick to
move
move on.
on. So,
Hmm.
so,
Be quick to move on.
so what I'm hearing is, and I was in a relationship where there were lots of red flags. And what we do is we stuff the red flags away. We're like, oh no, that's a red flag. Put it, so we don't see it. But what you're saying is that if there's something that is a question mark, don't don't ignore it.
Yeah, trust yourself.
Mm-hmm.
First
Trust
mind
yourself.
is usually the right mind. Top of mind is usually the top of mind, exactly the answer that you need. Some doesn't seem right. If something doesn't seem right, don't stick around to figure out what it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've learned. My life hasn't simply been rosy and all of that. Um, I actually met my first husband on a dating app, but this was, oh my gosh, this was in the 90s. I don't even know if it was an app, to be honest with you. It was just, anyway, we worked out. We worked out, but I would say that you just have to be mindful of how you're showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
again, if you're showing up desperate, ladies and gentlemen who are listening, if you're showing up desperate, you're going to attract the wrong type of people because you won't be paying attention to exactly what you need. You just want a relationship so bad
Mm-hmm.
that you're willing to just settle for any old thing. And that means you're willing to settle for being treated un, unkind. You're going to let
Mm-hmm.
some of these red flags go. You're going to let
Mm-hmm.
those short tempers go. Oh, it's just, it's probably in a bad mood. You'll be making excuses for that
Mm-hmm.
behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. Be quick to move on, particularly after a certain age. We don't
Yeah.
have time.
Yeah. So I'm hearing the same theme, whether you are on an app or whether you are in on a high end matchmaking service like yours. It's really about you, right? It's about how you are showing up.
100%. It's about how you're showing up on the inside, but your inside should match your outside. Your outside should match your inside. So if you get to this place and you're just amazing, you just feel so just light, airy, confident, make sure that you upgrade your wardrobe because you our wardrobe sometimes doesn't match the people that we are becoming. They match the people that we were.
Word.
And so um, my word for 2024 is elevation.
Mm-hmm.
Elevation of self,
Mm-hmm.
elevation of lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
elevation of abundance. But you notice I started with self first
Yeah.
because that's what's going to bring all of the other things.
Mm-hmm. So good. So good. So Dr. Felicia, you have lots of experience, lots of advice. Um, there's tools, there's resources, and I know that you just released a number one bestseller. And if you've been following this conversation at all, you know luxury is going to be in there somewhere. So I want you to share with us the name of your the name of your book and what this project is all about.
Okay, so it's Luxury Life Unveiled, unlocking the secrets to attract your dream life with no apologies. And so I really am mindful of starting with that root piece in order to do that, which is those limiting beliefs. Get out of your own way. Get out of the closet, walk into the light. So it's very transformational. And then we move into, I do break down luxury. I do. It's not a relationship book, so I do break down luxury in those three parts: the thing, the feeling, and the embodiment. And really, embodiment is about the confidence. So I help people move through this place of being confident to where they understand that they deserve the things that they desire. And then I also give them some tools on how to attract those. I briefly talk about the Diva model, but it's interesting how I developed this, and I realized that I've been using this in every aspect of my life for as long as I can remember, over 20 years. And so now I actually have something tangible, a tangible model, so I speak to that. And then I kind of end it with like, step into your greatness and own your luxury lifestyle, own your dream life.
Mm-hmm.
Even if, and so this is not about relationships, but it is about attracting those types of relationships, mentors, friendships, business. Um, Interestingly enough, I think that, like I said, be a 10 from within. There's a lot of women in this relationship space I find who are absolutely fine being luxuriously single. So I have created, I mean, here's this relationship spinoff for me has just evolved. And so I have something for my single ladies that want to be single. I am teaching them how to date healthy, wealthy, and wise while they are being luxuriously single. And luxuriously single is, listen, I'm traveling solo or not. I'm dating well, if I am dating at all, and I'm perfectly okay with being me. And, they're falling in love with themselves. And when the right partner comes along, it's fine. But they're absolutely content nonetheless. Stop apologizing for being single.
Mm-hmm. 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 I love that. And what I'm hearing is that there's a season, right? There's a season for being single, right? There can be a season for being coupled. There's a season for being married. And then sometimes the season beyond that is being single. But I think you mentioned about not apologizing for being single, or um, being upset at others if they're married, right? Wherever,
Absolutely.
wherever you find yourself on the journey, and I'm hearing that there's a process, or that um, there's some things to learn about yourself. And you said they're happy with themselves, which by default means at some point you weren't.
Mm-hmm.
And
Because
so,
we can block our own blessings.
say more.
Yeah, we can block. Huh. If we attract the energy that we're in, if we're negative, we're going to attract negative. But when you are a person who you can't be happy for your friend who's married, you can't be happy for your friend who's successful, you always have something to say about something or someone. Why do you think that you're going to have anything that you desire? And what is it that you do desire other than being negative? Right? So I mean, I know people who have been single forever, never even married, and it's because they always have something. I can't ever find a buddy. She always gets somebody. She's been married 3 times. I can't get one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because
Hmm.
the focus is on somebody else, as opposed to
Exactly.
what's happening here. The ten is not a 10 on the inside. The 10 ain't a 10.
Absolutely not.
And ain't a 10,
Nope.
ain't a 10.
Operating at a zero, you get nothing.
Yeah, so we talked about seasons, and what I want you to comment on is Queen season.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Queen season. So I'm actually working on a live and in-person event, and it's based on the title of my book, but I'm creating my own platform, Luxury Life Unveiled, which is an experience. Because I love talking about it. We are no longer in COVID. I need people to experience it. And so for me, this is an opportunity to take 2 days and enjoy luxury and experience Luxury Life Unveiled Queen Season Gala. This is a gala. So the first day is training. I deep dive into helping women tap into their inner queen so that they can attract the things that they desire, lives that they desire. And so it's a 1 day intensive to really deep dive into some of these principles and a transformation that will have them leaving feeling amazing and ready to build those businesses, make them bigger, better, attract healthier love, embody luxury from within. That's day one. But day two, ball gowns come out, crowns come out. We are having a 5-star gala. And I have not even announced where it's going to be yet. It will be at the Four Seasons 5-star luxury hotel in Denver, Colorado. I figure go big or don't go. Go big or don't go at all.
Go big or
So
don't go.
yes, yes. So the second day is about queenness, and so when I talk about queen season, it's that elevation. It's that unlocking that queen from within.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's putting that invisible crown on or your physical crown on and walking tall, making no apologies for desiring more.
Okay. So we're talking about saying yes to more in 2024. There's Queen Season, and I want you, Dr. Felicia K, I want you to speak directly to those women who need to be in in that 2 day intensive. Who are they and what are they looking for?
These women are women who are looking to build businesses. They're looking to build businesses based on passion. They're looking to live their passion. They're looking to get more out of life. They're looking to embody luxury. They're looking to be poured into. They're looking for tools and guidance. A lot of them are finally looking to work with me. A lot of them are people who have followed me and have wondered how can I work with you, or how can I learn from you, let alone be in the same room with you. This is an opportunity to do that as well. It's some training, see what embodiment actually looks like. Luxury as a person, I'm that. I so that's what this, and then I also want to then spoil the ladies the next day. Let them feel their most beautiful. Bring their most amazing gowns and have this beautiful, elegant dinner, party, celebration, panel speakers. Um, it's a time to just really luxuriate and treat themselves to something that they desire and deserve, that they can come away with feeling poured into and luxurious, and really experience it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Really experience it. See what it's all about. Feel it. So they get all three. They get luxury as a thing, the 5-star hotel, the amazing dinner. They get luxury as a feeling. They're going to feel amazing. And they get to also embody that inner queen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Fabulous. Now, how can ladies get a hold of you if they want more information about coming to the Queen Season event?
They can go to luxurylifeunveiled.com. I'm on a wait list right now. I have not released tickets or anything like that, but they could still go to luxurylifeunveiled.com, get on the wait list, and then when tickets are available, they can take advantage of early bird pricing, room blocks, that have been highly discounted as well. They can also, to learn more about me, you can go to FeliciaK.com and follow me on all social media platforms at Luxury Love Diva.
Absolutely. So, Dr. Felisha, the final question. I mentioned that the theme for the Up Sis Up show for 2024 is saying yes to more in 2024. So, if you could close us out with some, I'm going to call them some Dr. Felisha isms, okay? Whether they're affirmations or final thoughts, how would you recommend that we go about the rest of this year seeking luxury?
I would say go about the rest of this year seeking luxury from within and knowing that you're worthy and finding this next level of value in yourself, value from within. Walk proud, walk tall, and make no apologies. And my famous quote is, value yourself at the highest level in life and in love.
Thank you so much for being here. I know you're out busy doing all of the businesses and traveling. And so are you in Costa Rica or are you in the U.S.? Where are we?
I'm in the U.S. now.
Okay.
In 3 weeks, I'll be in Europe.
In Europe. Okay. So safe travels, but thank you for stopping by Up Sis Up and sharing your thoughts, sharing your life, and sharing your business, and sharing the message of hope with the ladies and the gentlemen on Up Sis Up. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
And there you have it. That was Dr. Felisha K, the Luxury Love Diva. An amazing testimony, an amazing soul, and just her story and her just how she has come through and been able to uplift others in addition to uplifting herself. So go ahead and follow her. If you're one of those, if you want to get into that room before the Queen season, go ahead and do that. And so I am Dr. Marcia. I'm your Master Destiny Life Coach. I'm the host of Up Sis Up, Women's Empowerment. Every week, every Tuesday, we are here giving you information, giving you encouragement, giving you inspiration that's going to help you to boss up both in life and in a leadership. And so as I close tonight, I want you to stay tuned for the Days of Destiny Rewind. I'm bringing speakers on the stage who have a story, who have that punch, that wow that's going to help you transform your life. So until then, I will see you next time, and good night. Hi, and welcome to the Girl Boss Life Academy. I am Dr. Marcia, and I am your Master Destiny Life Coach. And I specialize in helping women to discover who they are, to decide what they want, and then to deliver on their destiny. But what is a girl boss? And I believe every strong woman is powered by the girl boss inside, who is strong, who is tenacious, who is powerful, but who also needs to be encouraged, who also needs to be supported, and who also needs to be loved. And that's what we do here at the Girl Boss Life Academy. And so we help you to redefine who you are, help you to refocus on your goals, and also helps you to redirect your path so that you get to that destination. I remember when I needed that life coach, the decades upon decades of me not knowing the answers, me not feeling confident to make the decisions I needed to make. And so that is what we do here at Girl Boss Life Academy. I use my transformational coaching method to help you to boss up both in life and in a leadership. For those that are ready, go ahead and click and register to get my free gift to you. And you can also learn more about the coaching program. It's time to boss up both in life and in leadership.